Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing quite a few different things in this week's video just because the energy has been so intense. And I'm here to keep it real, so I thought I should really set the mood for this video and film it a bit early before the holiday stuff starts. To be honest with you, the past few days have been really tough for me personally, and I also have been watching astrology videos as I always do, and there's just a lot going on. We had a new moon this weekend. And there's just a lot of change happening right now. Plus, add the typical holiday stress and all that goodness. It's a lot. There's just a lot going on. And I actually just watched Doreen Virtue's reading for this week. And she also picked up on this as well, this stressful energy. But again, it comes down to choice, and that's going to be basically the theme for this week is what are you allowing and what are you going to choose? Are you going to let the stress get to you or not? Can you try to stay positive and shielded and protected in your own light and be compassionate with others as well? That's a big thing right now. So I'm going to use 4 different decks today, and I've mixed them all together because I've seen this done and I really like it. It's something different for me to do. And I also just wanted to use a few different gentle decks. So one of them is the Indigo Angel cards. Daily Guidance from your Angel cards. These are all by Doreen Virtue. Healing with the Angels. And the Flower Therapy deck that she did with Robert Reeves, which is a really gentle deck because I feel that we need to do a gentle reading. So basically I've put them all together, but I've mixed them up. So let's see what comes up for this week. I'm going to focus and call on Archangel Michael to be with us and all the holiday angels as well. And let's see what comes up for this week. Oh, this is a lot of cards to shuffle. I'm not used to shuffling this many. Huge deck here, and for the weekend. And I'll also, oh, that one's flying out. I think there's also going to be an additional message for the week. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So I pulled, let me just grab that card that fell. It's funny because I have 4 different decks, as I said, and one of them is from the Flower Therapy deck, and the 3 other ones are from the Healing with Your Angels. So lots of healing going on right now, for sure. So for the beginning of this week, Monday, Tuesday, we have, you are a spiritual teacher. This is with the crocus flower, and it's purple, so connected to your crown chakra. The message is share your wisdom with others. You were born to teach. That's a really important message, I feel, because we all have divine messages to say in different ways. We all channel things in different ways. We all speak in different ways. And I just think sometimes, especially this time of year, there can be a lot of judgment that comes from people. And, you know, people want to catch up with you and see what's going on in your life. And they can kind of, you know, get to that little voice in you that still has judgments about yourself. It can kind of bring up this feeling that you should be doing better or that you should be in a different place. And it's very important to remember that you're a spiritual teacher for others, but you're also a spiritual teacher for yourself. And you very much know what's going on, and you are so guided. Your soul knows what to do. You're on your path. You are exactly where you need to be. And no matter what anyone else says to you over this time, remember that you are a spiritual being, and so is everyone else. You know, everyone is just following their divine paths perfectly, and people may not understand what you're going through or what you feel. And I can even feel like that too. You know, I've been feeling like that the past few days. There's a lot of emotions that come up at this time of year. There's a lot of inner child stuff that comes up at this time of year because we're dealing with family, and that brings up a lot of stuff from your childhood, and sometimes that's not very pleasant to deal with. But remember that, you know, it's important for you to take care of yourself now, and it's important for you to take care of your inner child. And to remember that it's not about getting approval from others. You have all the wisdom that you could ever need inside your being, and you're so connected to your higher self, to your angels, to support on the other side. And there's support here on earth for you too. It's just sometimes it's really easy to lose sight of that, especially at this time of year. So keep that in mind. You are a spiritual being and you are a spiritual teacher. And if you feel guided to share compassionate messages at this time of year, I think the world could really use it. And I think a lot of people can use it because, you know what? We're all feeling it. We're all feeling this intense energy. We're all feeling the stress of the holiday season. And sometimes it's easy to butt heads with people, and we can kind of almost want to go to war with people, you know, like there's that feeling of defense and having to stand up for yourself. But if people don't understand, then you just get all flustered, you know. But we're all feeling the same thing. We're all different and on our different paths, but we are all feeling the same things. So if you have any wisdom to share with people, or any playful, I feel like laughing is very important at this time of year, you know, just to let go of the stress and to enjoy the holiday season for what it's meant to be, which is a time of love and a time of light. For the middle of the week, we have friendship, which is really interesting. We're also catching up with a lot of friends. Like I said, there's just so much stuff that comes up with friends and family. It could be blood family, it could not be blood family. You could be seeing friends that feel like family. That's always really exciting. I don't know when I'm supposed to. Probably closer to the end of the week, but it is really nice to catch up with friends that are like family, or who you feel like a familial bond with in terms of like soulmates, soul family, and stuff like that. So that's really exciting. This is a really positive card though. There's a lot of, like, if you look at the picture, there's these little angel friends that are playing, and I feel nothing but positive about that. I feel like sometimes if we have a lot of issues around Christmas time or holiday time with blood family, I feel like there's going to be a lot of friends that you can rely on, that are trustworthy, that you can open up to if you're feeling any kind of stress or depression or any kind of thing like that. I feel like the presence of friends will be very, very strong in the middle of the week, and there definitely will be people for you to confide in, which is really, really great. And I think we can often lose sight of that as well. So, you know, remember that people really do love you. I know it can feel like this time of year, it just feels like no one loves you sometimes. It feels like people are judging you, because I've been feeling that energy, you know. And it comes up for me every year, and I think it comes up for a lot of people. There's just a lot of stress to buy the right gifts and to do this and to do that, and what are people going to think? I haven't seen them in a year, I haven't seen them in this many weeks, or I haven't seen them in this many months, and they're going to want to know what's going on in my life, and, you know, all stuff like that. But you know what, there are people, whether they're friends or whether they're blood family or both, there are people that really do appreciate you and love you for who you are, and they see your light, and they, you know, they can see you from an angelic perspective, so try to see yourself from that perspective as well. Lean on your friends as much as possible, and tune into what you feel, and try not to take it personally when people do judge you, because a lot of it is just projected from self issues. Just remember that, you know, there are people that do appreciate you, and even when people do judge you, sometimes it's coming from, you know, either like a self-judgment place, or they just want the best for you and they think they know what's best for you. But remember, in truth, you know what's best for you. You're the only one that knows what's best for you, and the only one that knows what's best for them is them. For the weekend, we have forgiveness. Interesting. Really interesting. I think that it's really important to be compassionate right now and throughout the holidays, and to forgive as well. I think like I said, there's a lot of past stuff that comes up. Could be from childhood, it could just be remarks that people make. It's tough. It's tough to always send love and send compassion, because sometimes it's just easier to lash out and lash back, and, you know, to comment back. Forgiveness is a really, really important thing right now, so try your best to forgive, and if you can't, call on the divine, call on whoever you feel guided to, call on your angels, call on light, and Gabrielle Bernstein was talking about this last week because she had some family issues as well. Who doesn't? We all do. And the willingness to forgive is what starts to open that in your heart. You don't have to forgive like 2 seconds after something happens, you know. It takes time. And it's a process. It really is. And I find forgiveness comes in layers of like an onion. Like healing, you know, I talk about that healing onion all the time, and it's really true. You know, you can forgive something or think that you've forgiven something, and then time goes by, and then you'll get triggered, and you'll still feel a bit of that pain. Not as much as maybe the first time, but there's still pain there. It comes up for a reason. And, you know, it's just like a continuous clearing, purging practice throughout your whole life. It doesn't end. So remember that for forgiveness, it's a practice. And even if something really ticks you off or something really stings, or if someone brings about, you know, like an old issue or an old wound for you, just to ask for assistance, like I said, for divine assistance, and just to stay open. You know, like affirm to yourself that you're open to forgiving, even if in that second you're still angry, you know. Stay open to welcoming forgiveness at the perfect divine time, because it does take time for forgiveness to really kick in. And it's, like I said, it's very layered, so it comes with a process. So keep that in mind for the weekend. And the additional message for this week is serenity. This is all about finding peace and serenity within, no matter the chaos that's going on. And clearly there is a lot of chaos going on right now. And it's just, you know, it's not about waiting for all this craziness to subside and then I'll be happy, because that's our ego, you know. Our ego says, well, I'll just wait until all my challenges pass and then I'll be happy. You know, I'll just wait till the holidays are over and then I'll be happy. I'll just wait until I get this, then I'll be happy. Blah, 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 blah. You know, but in spiritual truth, serenity is always, 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 always available to us at any time, if we choose to do so. And I know sometimes that's a hard thing to swallow when you feel like the chaos and the emotions of everything that's coming up for you. So I know that can be a hard thing to accept at times, but truly, you know, this is a reminder that no matter what's going on, we can find some sort of inner peace through all of this. It's really important to remember that. So our heart, opposed to our ego, our heart is saying, I will find happiness now. I can find happiness now. I can find a stress relief now. I can be healthy and happy and find peace and feel serene in any moment and not have to wait for it. So it's a jam-packed week. I feel like, to be honest with you, it's going to be a very powerful, intense kind of week. There may be a lot of emotions that come up. Remember that you are on your path. Keep going. You know, things are going great. We're about to step into a new year. And there are friends that you can rely on. There are people there that support you and love you as you are. And yes, there are also people that have their own issues and may project them onto you, or they may just want the best for you or think they know what's best for you and will try to guide you. But you have all the guidance that you need inside. Try your best to forgive and to be compassionate with others and to find peace within yourself. That's all that you can really do, is try your best and leave the rest. Call on the divine for any kind of assistance, because they are here with us and we can feel them powerfully now. I would suggest, if you can, taking a few minutes to close your eyes and breathe. Maybe, like, if you're like me and will be spending a lot of time with family and will not have, you know, really a sacred space to myself for the next few days, you know, maybe stay in bed for an extra 5 minutes with your eyes closed and breathe deeply. Call on the divine. Pray. Pray as often as you can. You know, you can do that in your mind. You don't have to do so aloud. If you want to aloud, that's fine. You know, take out some stones, keep them with you. Have reminders, have affirmations. Try your best to stay as calm and serene as possible throughout the holiday season. And, you know, your angels are with you all the time. They never leave your side. So call on them and they will be there for you. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays no matter what